Liquid means rewind, a gunshot means
Hello,
forward. You
and how
requested
is
it, so
everybody doing? How is everybody feeling? Happy New Year, by the way. I had originally planned on doing videos and podcasts for December, and there was just so much stuff going on that you kind of lose sight of that, of what your original plan was. So I wanted to come on here and, sorry, I live right by a school, so there's like commotion going on. But I wanted to come on here and talk about being careful with who you call friend. Recently, I moved, and okay, let me give you guys a backstory. I was living in Orange County before I moved to LA County. And when the whole pandemic thing happened, a friend of mine, her job had offered a new position for her, and that would require her to move. And I jokingly said, "Oh, too bad you're not moving here," and we would move there. And she goes, "Let's do it." So, it was a spur of the moment thing that was not originally planned. And knowing how this person is, I had to really think about some things, because we're just two different people. That's really what it is. I don't want to come on here and say she's a horrible person, but we're just different people. We're different women. We do things differently. We think differently. And that's one of the things I admired about this particular person. So when we moved, we were on a 10-month lease. And when that 10-month lease was over, come 2022, I had thought, well, I do want to move. I wasn't trying to move there and live with this person forever. No, that's not what the arrangement was. I wanted to move, so I began looking around, and I told her about this too. Unfortunately, because she was going through some stuff with her job, she needed help, and I said, okay, I said that would, work, but there's going to be some things that we have to discuss, as far as like cleanliness, because, and maybe it's me, I can be nitpicky. I can like things a particular way. However, I've lived with many, many different roommates before, and what works is just making sure the common area is suitable for everybody. What you do in your own space, what you do in your room, do it. Have fun with it. Grab confetti and blow up balloons in there. Do whatever you want. But when you're sharing a space, just, be considerate. It's not hard, but for some people, it can be challenging if they're not used to living under those conditions. And I felt that this person would take advantage, because I would clean up after this person and their dog. And not to say the dog was completely messy or anything, but the dog sheds a lot. And I've discussed this again. I said, you need to get one of those brushes or something, sweep every day. That's what I did when I had a German Shepherd. So I'm not just sitting up here and trying to tell people what to do. I'm giving people suggestions. And if you don't want to do it, you don't have to, but find a solution to the issue, even if you don't take on the provided suggestions from other people. You know what I mean? Just, again, be courteous to the common areas. So, I get to the point where I really, I don't like repeating myself. I really don't. If you're an adult and we're having this discussion and you are agreeing or not agreeing or whatever the case may be, and then the problem keeps happening again, there has to be a solution, because that's going to drive anyone wild. Now, everyone has their limitations. So, I would wait. I would try to give it a moment. And then it'll be like the same stuff that's happening. And then I got to the point where I would get all these different job opportunities or programs within the LA County. And I thought, well, I want to move so I can pursue other goals career wise. And why should I have to continue sacrificing my growth because someone else can't get it together or whatever? You know what I mean? It again, everyone has their limitations. So when I decided to move again, mind you, it's now been a year later. I told the person 1 to 3 months. 1 to 3 months, I'm looking to move. I didn't get any response, nothing. Like right away, that's when the silent treatment began to happen. And then when they come back from work, I said it again. I said, I sent you a text message, but I just want to let you know in person because I didn't get a response. I'm thinking of moving within 1 to 3 months. Mind you, I'm really trying to work with this person, and it wasn't good enough. And she was getting upset and saying, well, I thought you liked it here and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, I like it here, but I can change. I'm a grown woman. I can change my mind. I'm not here for you. You know what I mean? I'm not here to be your worker. I'm not here to be your slave. I want to grow and expand my career. I want to grow and expand as a person. Now, let's take it a little further back. This person has expressed to me that they do not do well with change and they do not do well with feeling abandoned. I totally get that. However, that is not my responsibility. I have my own stuff that I'm working on. I'm not putting it on you or anyone else. I'm being a grown woman and I'm doing things for myself. You know what I mean? So because this person has issues with that, the projection and the entitlement and acting as if I have to do these things according to their time. So although I tried helping with finding a roommate, I tried expanding it from the 1 to 3 months. I tried to have a discussion with her and just nothing, no response, no acknowledgement. But there was one day where I asked for my items. She had like 2 video games of mine. And I said, when you get the chance, I know you're busy. Can you please give me my belongings? No response, nothing. She just, as if I'm not there. I mean, how childish and how rude. You know what I mean? So she's doing whatever she's doing in the kitchen. I go in my room and I breathe because my thing is, the thing that upsets me is no matter how upset you are, you're just being completely disrespectful. You know what I mean? So it was really getting upsetting because again, my move had nothing to do with you in the beginning, had nothing to do with you as a person, whatever. Although those things were adding on, if I'm not feeling comfortable in any environment, why am I going to stay? You know what I mean? And then with the silent treatment, with the passive aggressiveness, that just makes it easier for me to move on. I don't respond well to that. I'm not going to respond to it at all. So while I'm thinking about those things, I'm just marinating it, just breathing. I come out to the room and I ask her again. And I said, hey, you can be upset all you want. You can be mad, but please give me my belongings. I gave you your stuff. Your stuff is right over there. Cleaned, fresh. Give me my belongings. Why did it take her a week? Why did it take her a week to give me my belongings? Because people like that have control issues. So let me run it back a little bit. This person, I'm not going to give out any names. They are online. They're on social media quite a bit. The stuff that they do is completely different. Again, we are different people. We are different women. This person in particular, they like to dominate men by using their sexuality. So they already have some kind of control issue. Okay. I already know this of this person. I know this of this individual. I've known her for a very long time. Me, I respect anyone that's going to do whatever it is that they want to do and thrive. But it's almost like, in a way, some people are having a midlife crisis, because sometimes they're all over the place. They don't even know who they are. They have some type of identity crisis. They just don't know. So they begin doing things to get attention, and people have their own reasons. But I noticed that's what they like to do. So for me, it kind of played with my mind a little bit, because I want people to be whoever they are. Be whoever you are, do whatever you want. I don't want to try to control you, manipulate you. I've been in multiple situations. Look at my past videos, or if you're listening to the podcast, listen to my previous podcast. I am very aware if you've been through these types of situations and you start recognizing those things, and when you recognize those things, a lot of it becomes from your own self-awareness. And when you're self-aware, at the end of the day, none of us are perfect. But if you're in a situation where you feel that it's unhealthy for you, it may not have anything to do with the person or not. It might just be the environment, or maybe, like job opportunities. I mean, do you even need a reason? You can do whatever you want. But people will try to make you feel guilty, because they need you more than you need them. But that's not your responsibility. Now, if you're in a relationship, or you're like married, or this is your child or something, then, of course, depending on the dynamic of your relationship. But as friends, you want to see your friends thrive. You want to help them out. But also, you can only help people so much when they start taking advantage and they're just draining. And that's how I was beginning to feel. I was just feeling just super drained, and my business is getting my mojo back. So you don't just get to a destination and stop. It's a constant thing. So when I recognized this and I started feeling stagnant and just feeling drained, I just wanted to move. Part of the reason why I live this lifestyle is I like to get up and move whenever I want, whenever I feel like it. It's just me and my dog, So, and I in the beginning, I was all over the place with where to move, because you want to be able to thrive in the environment that you're in. And if you're all about changing and becoming a better person, you want to just check out the environment and challenge yourself, or, gain a new perspective. I don't know. But for me, my mission is to grow and change as a person, so I can help other people thrive. That's, so, but I started noticing some of these differences when, so there's a situation where I had asked if she can take me to the store. I don't have a car, and there's grocery stores near us, but this particular store, I think it was Trader Joe's, it's further out. It's about like 5-6 miles. So I said, I don't know if you're busy this weekend, but if you're not busy, can you take me to the store? This person goes, and when they do this, they're trying to find an excuse. And my thing is, just say no. You don't have to take me. I'm asking a question. If you can't do it, then I'm going to find a way to get there. And you know what this person goes? They say, well, I'm going to meet with this guy, and I was going to take him here, and I said, I don't care about that. I asked when you're not busy. So you mean to tell me you're going to be around this person, running errands with them the whole time? I said, not only that, this is some random guy that you just met, and you can't take me, your friend, to the mother effing grocery store? Why does it feel like whenever you say no to something, you try to find like an excuse? But if it's something that's going to benefit you, like this guy, he's going to benefit you because, you know, we all know why you want to meet with him, right? So you're going to do all that because he's going to benefit you in some way. But you can't take me, your friend, who does things for you, who helps you with your freaking dog. You know, it's like I do all these things, not that I'm asking for anything in return, but it's the fact that you're not even considering that. It's the fact that you're thinking, oh, you're doing all these things as you should be. Like, no. I don't have to do any of those things. I do because I care. So when she started doing that, I started backing up. Because I couldn't believe that something simple as me going to the store, or even me like using your car or whatever it is, you had to fight me on it because you really didn't want to do it, and you would rather use your time and energy on a complete stranger you don't know. And I said that to her one time. I said, I guarantee if I had a penis in between my legs, I use a different word, but, you know, I try to be a little bit more clean, I guess, on YouTube. But it's like if I had a thingamajig in the middle of my thighs, then you would treat me differently. You know. Now, this person in particular also has issues with their women friends. They have expressed that to me before, and I believe it. I think honestly, because there is some self-hate involved, that there's more energy put into that instead of putting energy into loving yourself more. I'm just going by observation. This person lacks a lot of self-control, so instead they're going to try to control you. This person lacks discipline, and yet they admire those who are disciplined, but they don't, instead of them channeling that, it's almost as if they're envious of that. So again, they use that energy, and what do they do? Self-sabotage. I say this because I see how this person treats themselves as a person. And the thing is, they know better. Oh, I did this today, so I'm going to eat blah, 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 blah. I've seen it. I know what self-hate looks like. So you're not going to be able to have a healthy relationship with anybody if there is some level of self-hate. Now, if you have some self-hate in your system and you acknowledge that and you're working on it, then that's a different story. But if there's self-hate and that's what you're showing, that's what you are projecting out to those, then what is it? Because the sad thing is, and like I said, no one's perfect. All I did was make a decision. I didn't do anything mean. Although, so when we're talking to property management, she's telling them I'm being a bully into making her make a decision. I'm being intrusive. For one, she was the one ignoring me. And I was asking simple questions. Is someone going to move in? Because if they need to see the room, don't I have the right to know? I want to make sure that we're on the same page. Then I tried helping her find a roommate. She wasn't responding to that. So how am I being intrusive? Because I'm coming at you like an adult woman, trying to make things, in accordance to what we need to do before I move. And I wasn't sure if she was trying to stay or if she's trying to move. But I did learn, You can't do simple things with difficult people. She chose to be difficult. She chose to be difficult. She goes online and says all these things, and then her online friends unfollowed me. And I don't care. I don't care. You guys can fall for it all you want, but you're not going to know anyone until you live with them. So if you listen to all the twisted stories of what she's saying and woe is me and I'm playing victim, wah, but go ahead, believe all of it. I don't even care, because you weren't in the situation. You don't know her. You only know her online presence. And I will tell you, she's one hell of an actress. She's a wonderful performer. I've always told her that. But I've also known her, 10 years, give or take. So I've seen her do this before to other people. And she has expressed certain things that I didn't quite agree with. But being a friend and trying to see the best in people, and that's one thing I'm learning on. Sometimes we want to see the best in everyone. We want to see the best potential of what this person can become. But I'm getting to the point where I'm just being more accepting. Accept people for who they are, regardless if you want to deal with them or not. Accept them for who they are, not what you want them to be, but exactly how they are, because sometimes we get ourselves into trouble. So there's just so many different situations. I don't even know where to begin. That's why I kind of took a break, because I knew the video already was going to be all over the place, but there's just so much rumbling in my head that I wanted to share, but I don't even know if the stories are even, but honestly, just take this as, this is really me just releasing a lot of things. So these are things that I observed, that I've seen before. And, you try to give people chances. So I remember even before we lived together, there was a kickboxing, there was like an MMA event. And somebody had given me tickets. I had like 5 tickets, so I gave them out to people. I gave them to the 2 roommates I was living with at the time. Different women. They are wonderful. I did not have that experience with them at all. And then I gave one to her, and then I gave one to a client. And I told everyone, let's just meet up here. Let's just meet at this location, and then we'll walk to the fairgrounds, because I used to live super close to the fairgrounds in Costa Mesa. So anyhow, everyone shows up except for the ex-friend. The ex-friend's running late. And I tell her, hey, just meet us up there, because we are all here. We're going to walk up there and find our seats. We'll just meet you up there. It's really not that big of a deal. Nope. She makes it a big deal. She starts, well, why can't you guys wait for me? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, you're the one who's late. You're the one who's late. So you're going to make everybody else late because you're late? How selfish. How selfish. You're the one who's late. We're going to meet you up there. End of discussion. I'm not going to go back and forth. And I said that. I said, hey, I'm not going to go back and forth. We're going to meet you up there. Everybody's here on time. You expect us to wait because you're late? No. Who does that? So let her off the phone. We go up there. She gets there, I don't know, like 30 minutes after. There was no issue. So that was one situation. There was another situation where this guy that I was dating, he wanted to go to the Caribbean. It was it was Afro Soca Love or something. Some Caribbean dance hall event in LA. And something similar happened. So we were going to just drive up there, and she calls, well, can I just drive with you guys? And I'm like, no, because like the distance for you to come here, you might as well go there. That don't make any sense. And not only that, what if you meet with someone up there, or if we want to leave earlier, I don't want you to have to go because we want to leave. Or, you know what I mean? Just take your own car. We will meet you up there. Again, and it's like, no. End of discussion. I don't know why we're even talking about this. We're going to meet you up there. Take your car. Just drive up there. Why do you need to drive to the spot and then, you know what I mean? Again, control freak. So, I know that was exhausting. I know. But this is what I had to deal with on and off. You know, it's just, it'll be a discussion about something. When one of her jobs changed her schedule, and she was asking me about taking the dog out. And she asked, well, do you want to take him out with you? And I said, hey, this is your dog. Keep him on your schedule. When I take my dog out in the afternoon, I'll take him out in the afternoon. But when you get up in the morning, all that, you handle all that stuff. This is your dog. And then, wait, well, no. Because what it seems like you're trying to do is me take your dog out all the time. For one, you're not paying me. So when you guys look on my Instagram, or I think I have some videos here too on YouTube, but it was mostly on my Instagram. That is her dog. Mind you, the dog is with me almost all the time. So it was almost like I had two dogs in a way. Me, I didn't mind it because I do like her dog. Her dog's a good dog. It has nothing to do with him. However, Foxy and I are on our own schedule. And she goes with me almost everywhere. Now, I can't do that all the time with her dog. And then not only that, like, I gave him more attention. So it just became almost like another chore. And again, I'm not getting paid for this or anything. It's the expectation and her taking advantage of that, because I do work from home. So, and again, I told her it's not that I mind it or anything, but I feel like the more I do, the more you step back. Like, the more you step back, like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna. No. It is more of the person being lazy and not doing their part, not waking up early enough, or not, whatever the case may be. And, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, and never following through with it. So the thing that was upsetting me is that I would see her not be consistent, or her not following through with her stuff, but she would be consistent if she is trying to get her way. She would be consistent if there's a man involved, or, you know what I mean? Like, the way her priorities were set up. She would be consistent in doing certain things that I really don't agree with. And again, if you're sharing a space, you have to still do your part. We are in the space together. You know what I mean? So I just, one thing I will say is that I'm super happy that I have the people in my life now, because no one is like that. And honestly, I felt like I needed to go through that because, I mean, there's going to be toxic people wherever you're at. It can be a workplace. It can be a relationship. It can be roommates, a friendship. So for me, it's a humbling experience because I've dealt with people like this before. Although they're different people, there are some similarities. There are certain patterns you start to pick up on. And you kind of see what's going to happen. And it's just disappointing. It's just disappointing because it doesn't matter how good you were to this person. When they discard you like trash, it's really, it blows my mind. Because now, instead of me being your froomie, your best friend, and I'm now this bad person, all because I wanted to move. Now, did all of that stop me from moving? No. So you did all that extra stuff for no reason, lost a friend because you went completely left, right, or I don't know where you went, but it was unnecessary. So Oh, and then the final thing is, when we moved, I gave this person $300. I was under the impression that she was on the lease first. So usually when I have roommates, there's a deposit. So I gave her a deposit, and thinking that she had paid for the whole deposit, but come to find out it was her job that paid for it or gave her extra money for it. And I didn't need to give her the money, but I did, just trying to be a responsible adult and being intentional about, being responsible. That's really what it is. Like, here's a deposit, blah, blah, blah. And to be honest, I did it because I figured, well, I might end up moving first, so this is just give you some wiggle room in case I do move. So then when I moved, which was on January 28th, I was up out of there. And thank goodness for that. Thank you, everyone who's just been supporting me, whether if it's listening to me or whatever the case is. I am just so appreciative, because December and January, especially January, was just a rough month. And mind you, my thing is, I let people be mad. I'm not going to change your mind. I'm not going to do all these random things. I let people be whatever they want to be. And if you misunderstood me, or you didn't get the message or whatever, then fine. But I'm still going to try to be a responsible adult about things. And then once she had told property management that she blocked me and blocked my messages, I said, well, there's no sense of trying to talk to her. So, if you want to block me, then there's no sense. I'm not going to force you or control you. I'm not going to do that. So all that stuff happened. And mind you, when I moved down the 28th, a few days later, that's when she wants to send messages. And she was asking about the rent for the last month. Now, I paid my portion. Although I wasn't there, and she was holding the 30-day notice over me, trying to control and manipulate me, I initially wanted to be out of there because I told them on the 6th of January, but both people have to sign it, because we were both on there equally, which, like I said, I thought she was on there, and then I was like, I don't know, subleasing. Anyhow, they ended up telling her, they did receive my portion. And then she asked, well, she still has this rate left, which is like $268. And I said, I'm not paying that, because I gave you $300 that you did not return to me. So doesn't that make sense? I didn't give you that $300 for you to keep. It was a deposit. And when I moved out, because you were not talking to me, you were being passive aggressive and just trying to punish me with whatever you're trying to do, you did not give me the $300 back. So I deducted that from my portion. I mean, I think anyone in the right mind would have done that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to allow you to keep the $300 and then give more. And it made me mad, because it's like, once again, you are really trying to need me for something. This need. So needy. You're trying to need me for something, and then you're trying to punish me because you're still stuck with where you're at. You're still upset. Get over it. It really blows my mind. You know what I mean? It really blows my mind that someone can be so controlling and manipulative and be consistent with that, and yet you're not consistent with taking care of yourself. You're not consistent with working out or practicing your dance stuff or eating healthy or anything that would really help you thrive. You're doing all this negativity because in a way that's how you thrive, which is really, for some people, they thrive off of negativity. Me, I get drained by it. So once I keep feeling a certain way, I gotta go. And you can't make me freaking stay. My peace is priceless. I don't have to be around this person anymore. I don't have to be there for them anymore. And like I said, it's not that I didn't want to. It just got sickening when they started taking advantage of it. And that makes a huge difference. You know what I mean? So I just want to come on here and share this recent experience, because controlling people are everywhere. You know, and the thing is, unfortunately, you're not going to realize how people are until they don't get their way with you. So sometimes it might take a while. And you know, still embrace the good stuff that you had with this person. You know, whether if it's a friend or an ex or, you know, a brother or sister, you know, embrace the good moments. You know, don't let those things go, but don't let it blind you. Don't let it misguide you, because people are who they are. So trust that. Trust who they are when you see it. And all you can do is hope and pray that they work on themselves, that they get the proper help. That's all you can do. So till next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.